I got the moves. I got the moves. Oh, I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
The New Orleans Pelicans have been one of the worst teams this season, regularly sitting around the bottom few seeds in the West and having a bottom 5 record in the NBA. Things have turned around though recently, with them going on a couple winning streaks and they are now 3.5 games out of the playoff picture, which is just crazy to think about. So, why do I think this team can make the playoffs from here? What's going to allow them to do so? I'll be going over that in today's video, as well as analysing the New Orleans Pelicans in general. If you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's talk about the New Orleans Pelicans.
Lucas.
The New Orleans Pelicans are currently the 14th seed in the Western Conference, which obviously does not sound good at all. However, even with a struggling record of 15-26 on first glance, they are only 3.5 games out of the 8th seed, as I mentioned earlier, so making that seed isn't as hard as it seems. This is especially due to the way New Orleans has been playing recently, as they've won 7 of their last 10 games. So, how have the Pelicans done so well these last couple weeks and gotten themselves back into contention for that 8th seed? I'm going to talk about a few guys that I think have helped them get here, and the first guy obviously has to be Lonzo Ball. He's been playing out of his mind lately. Ever since I made that video on him, he's really turned things around and it's great to see. This season, Lonzo Ball is averaging 12 points per game and 6 assists, but in his last 10 games, he has averaged 16 points and 8 assists, and this has included multiple 20-point performances. I think he can maintain this for the rest of the season too. Originally, I wasn't too sure if he could after his big 27-point game earlier this month, but he's proved again and again he can keep it up. I'm not fully persuaded just yet on him, but I'm very excited to see how he performs down the track. Overall, his sudden improvement has definitely played a big part in the New Orleans Pelicans' success lately, and should do throughout the rest of the season. Another player dominating for the Pelicans is Brandon Ingram. Whilst I personally believe he is a bit overrated and he's producing empty stats, I can't deny how much he's improved this season. His stats have taken a huge leap, as he's averaging 25 points, 7 more than last year, and he's shooting more efficiently too. His effective field goal percentage is 54.4% compared to 51.8% last season. Overall, whilst I think his impact is overstated, it's there, and his potential most improved player season is helping the Pelicans in a good way. Redick has also been a big help to the Pelicans. His great shooting ability has been playing a great part in this team's success, and his 16 points per game show for it. Whilst Reddick did have a slow start to the year shooting wise, he's picked up the pace since and is now shooting 46% from 3. Overall, Reddick's been clutch and a light out shooter for the Pelicans, and his impact should not be understated. And the final guy I want to talk about briefly today is Jrue Holiday. Holiday has been extremely impactful and a great leader for this young team, and I think his averages of 20 and 7 help prove that. Hopefully, he doesn't get traded, because he will be a big help if New Orleans truly wants to make a playoff push this season. Those are the guys I believe are making the most impact right now for New Orleans and getting them these impressive wins. Of course, there are other players playing well too, but those 4 stand out the most to me. But those 4 guys aren't the thing that excites me the most about this team. Lonzo's amazing turnaround is not as exciting as what we may see very soon. As of when recording this video, Zion Williamson is expected to return this Thursday for when the Pelicans play the Utah Jazz, and this should be extremely exciting for Pelicans fans. If Zion can produce at a level close to what he was hyped up to be, I truly believe this team can become a playoff side. Many said it before the season started, and we were witnessing it in the preseason. Zion has extremely high potential to take this team to a playoff seed, even though he's missed half the season. We'll have to wait and see what kind of impact he has, because who knows right now if he'll even play that well. but if all things believed come to fruition, we may see a late playoff push occur with the New Orleans Pelicans. What helps in favor of New Orleans even more is their upcoming schedule. Apparently, the Pelicans have had one of the toughest schedules so far, and now they'll have one of the easiest. Proof of this is heading into the playoffs, as in the Pelicans' last 15 games of the regular season, they'll play one team over 500 currently. That's 14 out of the 15 teams currently under 500 they will face in the home stretch of the season. If they can capitalize on this like teams like Utah and the Lakers have this season, I see it very likely they can put themselves back into contention and possibly into the playoff picture once the regular season is all said and done, which would be remarkable. Everything is aligning up perfectly now for the New Orleans Pelicans, and if they can make the most of it, I don't see any reason why they couldn't make the playoffs. So, with that all being said, can the New Orleans Pelicans make the playoffs? In my honest opinion, if they make the most of what's been given to them, yes they can. However, I'm basing a lot of my judgment here on Zion and how he impacts the team when he returns, so if he doesn't make that immediate impact like I'm expecting him to, I wouldn't be surprised if they fall short and finish around the 10 to 11 or even the 12th seed. With the way guys like Lonzo have been playing, I do expect them to continue winning and make a push for the playoffs nonetheless. I don't think they'll stay around the 14th seed, but I think Zion's potential impact will make it a lot easier. Again, if Zion is just an above average rookie, this team is probably like a 12 seed, but if he's insanely good, like LeBron was in his rookie year, they're probably a 9 or 10 seed like I predicted prior to the season. It all comes down to how well he plays and how much the Pelicans capitalize on their schedule and opportunities laid out in front of them. So, when it's all said and done, are the Pelicans a playoff side? Probably not, but I wouldn't count them out at all. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good are the New Orleans Pelicans to you? Can they sneak into the playoffs this season, or will they fall short? And finally, how big of an impact do you think Zion will make? Be sure to let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.